Hello, hi, I'm Chef Obubu and welcome to my delightful session. Today we'll be making buttery roll. So first off, we're going to start off with the milk. You need half cup of milk. If you do not have a measuring cup at home, you can use those corn tins or those tomato paste tins. The tomato paste tins is 1 tin of this. You can see the size. But if you're using a corn tin, just use half of the corn tin. So you need a clear glass. The reason you need a clear glass is so you can see how much the milk is cooking. So you're going to put this in a microwave. If you do not have a microwave, you can use a regular pan. But you just need it to heat it up enough that you can feel the milk boiling and rising up from where it is. So I'll show you on set. So I'm going to put in this for a minute. Sometimes your microwave might be too hot or it might be too low. So according to how well your microwave cooks or how well your fire is, you just need to get it to a point where the milk is boiling high and you can see it already climbing up from whatever pan or cup you're using. I'm substituting margarine for butter because I can get this at an affordable price. It has the same consistency as butter. It gives the same fluffy yield as whatever you need. And also, it's also good in vitamin A and vitamin D. So the measurement of this is 1/8 for a cup. If you're using a tomato pasting, the really small ones, you use half of the tomato pasting. If you're using a corn tin, you use less than half of it. That's like 1/4. That's like half of it. That's to get the proper measurement for this. So my milk is ready and we're going to check it now. This is not what I want because although it's hot, it needs to climb up a bit. So it needs to be steamier than this. So I'm going to put it back in the microwave for give or take 30 seconds to 1 minute. So let me put it at 1 minute. At 30 seconds, I'll check it to make sure it's fine. So while we wait for that, I'm going to measure this. This is the 1/4 cup. So I'm going to use half of this for the measurement. So I'm going to be melting the butter. So just half of this. So it's just like a squeege of margarine. Can you see the squeege? So I'm just going to put this in the bowl. And I'll check on my milk. It's at 30 seconds now. So yes, you can see that it's climbing up. You can see from the cup that has gone up a bit. So this is perfect for it. So I'm going to put this in the microwave. You can also use a pan for this. You just need it to be melted. While we wait for the margarine to be on fire, I'm going to put sugar. So for your sugar, you need about 1/8 cup. Like I said, if you're using a tomato paste tin, the really small ones is just 1 tin. So I'm going to take this. This is the measurement. This is half of 1/4 cup. I'm going to pour it into the milk. Can you see how it came up? So I'm going to stir this. And perfectly, my margarine is ready. This is the consistency I want it at. So I'm going to add this to it. So I'm going to add half teaspoon of salt. Half teaspoon of salt is about 2 pinches. So 1, 2. So I'm going to stir all this together. So I need warm water. It's not at the boiling point. It's literally just the kind of water, you know, when you're making tea, there's the kind of water that is too hot that you do, but there's one that you can just drink immediately, although it's still hot. So that's the temperature of water I need for this. This is clean water, by the way, just in case you're wondering. So I'm going to put this into a bowl. The measurement of the water is 1/4 cup of water. So it's basically, if you're using the sachet water, it's just a squeege, like basically just. So I'm going to put this in the microwave for 1 minute. This is what I'm going to use to dissolve the yeast. I need the yeast to get to a certain temperature, which it would bring out all the goodness of it. So I'm going to be checking my water now. The water should be warm enough that you can put your hand in it without feeling burned. So it's this. This is the warmth of the water. You can feel like it's warm, but it's not hot enough that you can't put your hand inside. That's the warmth of the water. So you're going to add your yeast. You need to put 2 teaspoons of yeast and 1/4 teaspoon. So like I said, 2 teaspoons. So you're going to have this. This is your teaspoon measurement. If you do not have like a proper measuring teaspoon, you can use the teaspoon at home. Do not fill it to the brim of the teaspoon. So it's just the center of the teaspoon you use to get your measurement. So you put 1, this is the second one, 2, then you put 1/4, which is like a pinch. 1/4, it's a, I like to call it a generous pinch. So this is the one, okay, this is half a teaspoon. So if you have half a teaspoon, it is half of half a teaspoon. So something in this light. So you're also going to now add sugar. So you need half a teaspoon of sugar in it. So remember that there are 2 measurements of sugar. One sugar is 1/8. The second one is half a teaspoon. So you're going to add half a teaspoon of salt. This is my salt. Into the milk mixture. So your yeast is meant to just sit for a while. It's meant to sit for about 5 to 10 minutes, but then till you see like a white foamy kind of texture on it. You can already smell the yeast when you put it into your warm water mixture. I picked the margarine because not only is it affordable, but it works as a better substitute for butter. It would give you everything you would get in butter, from vitamin A to D, and it would also give you that fluffy texture you need in both your bread, your cake, or whatever it is you're cooking. It's the same thing, and it saves you a lot of money. So what I'm going to do is that from now on, you can see that the yeast is already having that white foamy taste. The look, when you look at it, you can see that it already has that white foamy look. So you're going to mix this in the bowl. You're going to add the yeast together. I'm going to use the same spoon. So I'm going to mix it all together. So it is 1. So it's just 1 cup of flour. So you're going to start off there. So you're going to just stir it together. So this is my coconut powder. You can get coconut powder anywhere. There are different brands that do the coconut powder, but this is beautiful to use. So I need about 1/4 cup of coconut powder. So you're going to stir this into it. So you notice that your paste is getting thicker. It's almost getting into the bread consistency, but it's not actually there yet. So you're going to mix the egg. Just slowly incorporate the egg into the batter. So you can see that the batter is loosening up, but we don't need it to loosen up, because I'm sorry in your mind, you're looking at it and saying this is not how bread is supposed to look. But still, we're getting there. So I'm going to fold in half measurement, 1/8 cup of flour into this. This is coconut powder, so I'm going to fold this in. Then I'm going to get half cup of flour. This is half. So this is half cup of flour. So remember, we are not mixing anymore. We are folding. So we're trying to just incorporate, or rather put the flour into the batter in a more subtle way. So you're going to fold the flour into the dough. So I'm sure right now it's looking more bread-like to you than it was looking a while ago. So next up, we're going to take out our margarine from the microwave. So you just need a bit of the margarine, just simple, just around the bowl. You're just going to have to roll it around the margarine. so that the margarine goes round in every area. So you just fold, fold, fold. You keep doing that till you're sure that the margarine has touched almost all the arenas of the dough. So you can also, if you have like a free bowl, you can just move it around so you can see that the margarine has it moving around freely. There's one thing I've noticed about the Devon King's margarine is that it doesn't congeal even after a while. It still has the free flow. So you just keep moving it. So after rolling my dough in margarine, the reason why I did this is because I like to see my dough as a body that I'm about to massage. This makes the kneading process easy for you. I know kneading is a bit hard because you have to put in your hand, your work, your energy, and by the time you're done, your hand will be paining you. But I try to make it easy with this recipe. So this is like a body you want to massage. And the first thing you need to do is you need to grease it, which we did with the margarine. So we're going to flip it onto the bowl. So for this process, you need a lot of flour, which is why the flour measurement in this is not a lot. Because by the time you're incorporating the flour into the dough, you need to make sure that it is entering at the right measurement and it doesn't get too tough. So I'm just going to take a handful of flour and dust my kneading area with it. So right now, I'm the masseuse and this is what I'm about to massage. So you're just going to take out your flour. You're going to notice it's a bit sticky, but don't be discouraged. Just keep dusting your hand in flour so you have it all out on your workstation. So this is all out on your workstation. So we're going to sew. So just imagine that you want to give someone a massage, and so you start slow. Then you do this. You keep kneading. So watch the hand movement. It's not heavy, it's not gra-gra, it's just little, it's slow, it's sensual, it's just you and your dough. So you're just going to keep doing this. If you feel like your dough is getting sticky, you keep incorporating flour into it. So slowly, surely, you're going to get there. Just roll it. So one thing I like to say is that you need to fold your dough. So the folding process is that you want it to be into a neat closure. See? Not much handwork. If you don't have a napkin that is clean, you can use a cling film. If you don't have a cling film, you can use a nylon. Nylon works too. But you just want some warmth to go into, because once you cover your dough and it's warm, what happens is that it swells into double the size. Which is why I was talking to you about portion control. You start small and it ends up big, which is less becomes more. So like I said, there's a trick I have with the microwave. When your microwave is warm, because you've done a lot of heating, you've heated up the water, you've heated up the margarine, you've heated up the milk, so you can find out that your microwave is a bit warm. You can put it into your microwave and just leave it for about 30 minutes. So I'm using the same margarine I used for the bread so that there is a form of consistency. Like I said, this works also for greasing pans because it has a very beautiful consistency that even when it is heated, it is cold, it still maintains the same quality. So my pan is totally greased from every inch, every area, everything is covered in margarine. So I'm going to take a handful of flour. This is used for dusting. The reason why I'm doing this is so that your bread does not stick to the pan. So you will do this. Just keep going around. Yeah, your pan is ready for your dough, so you just have to wait for it to proof. So your dough is meant to proof. By proofing, I mean rise. It's meant to come up. In about 30 minutes, less is good to go. You'll find out that the size will double. So you need to preheat your oven, and you would have to set it to 175 on your oven. It's just a space in between 150 and 200, because I'm sure most ovens have 150 and 200, and not 175. So if you don't have an exact number, just put it in the middle between 200 and 150. It actually works even at 180. So the dough is out of the oven. As you can see, it's double the size it was before. So we're just going to get flour and take it out of the bowl. It's still a bit sticky. So next, we're going to divide this dough into two. And we're going to further divide this into two. The reason why I'm dividing this into two is because we're going to braid it. So in rolling it, you just need to elongate it a bit and you keep rolling it. So they are both equal length. So you need to be very careful about the beginning and the ending when you're wrapping your bread rolls. So the end has to have like a very wonderful knot. So when you put it up here, you tuck it gently. Then you go left, right, left. Don't stretch it. So just allow it to go easily. Then you tuck this up too. You place this on your pan, allowing it enough space to rise. Don't forget, you knot it at the top. So you fold left, right, left, then you fold. So into like a twisted bun, and you place it on the pan, giving enough space for it to rise. Then you put it in your preheated oven. So the bread is ready. And you can see the glow of the bread. I really need the skincare routine of this bread. So if you're making garlic bread, we're going to do that in the next class. This will be garlic butter with a bit of parsley. Thank you for coming for this class. I'm so excited to have taught you this. This is a beautiful way to start your night. But our next class, we are going to be making the dessert and turning this into an appetizer. I hope to see you there for the next class. Thank you.